This is Doris Golf Club, where I explore the stories of women's golf, my path as a beginner, and the lessons the game offers beyond the fairway. Welcome to the club. Hi, I'm glad you could join me for today's bonus episode. This is our final bonus episode to cover our final two teams for the International Crown. That's right, the Hanwha LifePlus International Crown that is going to be played in Korea in less than 2 weeks. I'm so excited, you guys. It is getting so close. So today I'm going to be covering the World Team and Team China. So let's get right into it. The World Team consists of Lydia Ko from New Zealand, Charlie Hull from England, Brooke Henderson from Canada, and Wei Ling Shi, and she's Taiwanese. So let's start with Lydia Ko. Lydia Ko is 28 years old. She joined the LPGA in 2014. She is third in the Rolex rankings, and she is number 17 in CME points this year. So my goodness, Lydia is number 3 in the Rolex rankings. So as you know, Gino Titakun from Thailand is number 1. You know, Nelly Korda from the US is number 2. Lydia Ko from New Zealand is number 3 in the world. So she is a formidable player. So like I said, she joined the LPGA in 2014, so she has had a very long career as a professional golfer, and it has been an incredible career that she has had. She has had 24 career wins in her time with the LPGA, and she has had 115 top 10 finishes and 170 top 25 finishes in her time with the LPGA. So of those 24 wins, she has won 3 majors. Her most recent was last year, and she won the AIG Women's Open. It was played last year at St. Andrews in Scotland, and she won. And I mean, what a fantastic place to win, you know, basically the British Open. I mean, in St. Andrews. I was listening to the chipping forecast at the time, and they had interviewed Lilia Vu, you know, from the US. And of course, I was just getting to know all the ladies, and I really enjoyed Lilia Vu's interview. But then I had learned that Lydia Ko had won the AIG Women's Open, and I didn't really know much about her at the time, but yeah, so she won her last major. Then she did win her previous major in 2016, and that was the ANA Inspiration, which, you know, was the precursor to the Chevron Championship. And she won the Evian Championship in 2015. So like Minjee Lee, she has won 3 different major tournaments. So if she won one more of the different tournaments, so she could win the US Women's Open or the KPMG Women's PGA Championship, and she will have won a Grand Slam. So she did win a tournament this year, and she won the HSBC Women's World Championship. That was much earlier this year. So she has won a tournament this year. Lydia Ko, like I said, her career is just amazing. So she was inducted into the LPGA Hall of Fame in 2024, and that was following her win at the 2024 Paris Olympics. So she won gold there and then was inducted into the LPGA Hall of Fame. So again, she's 28 years old, already inducted into the LPGA Hall of Fame, and she is the youngest player to have been inducted into the LPGA Hall of Fame under the current criteria. So she has not ever participated in an international crown because she's from New Zealand and they've never had a national team participate yet. So it's really exciting. I keep saying this, the fact that there is a world team this year. This is the first year they're doing it, but this is exactly the point. Someone like Lydia Ko, ranked 3rd in the world with this incredible career, has never been able to participate in this world event. And so this world team now allows her to be able to participate. So really excited that they have this world team and that Lydia Ko is going to be able to participate. And I love watching Lydia play. So she is a bit slower of a player, but she is so fashionable. I was talking about, some of the other players being fashionable. Lydia Ko. Oh, so this year, um, and so I've been reading, a lot about Korean fashion, now that we're headed over, and I can't wait to do some shopping and see what is very trendy and in style over in Korea, because eventually it will make its way over here to the US. But currently, it's all about the neutrals: black, white, gray, tan, brown. And I noticed this year, throughout the year, Lydia Ko's wardrobe, her golf wardrobe, has been neutrals. She has been in a lot of kind of cream and brown and tan and black and white. And I'll have to find some pictures of her at least the Chevron, I noticed, and some other tournaments. Very kind of neutral, subdued wardrobe this year. Very fashionable. I mean, she walked out at the Chevron Championship and she looked like she was a model on the runway. So stylish, so fashionable. And I was really impressed. You know how hot I was at the Chevron Championship? I was roasting. The sweat was dripping down me. It was so humid, and she didn't look like she was breaking a sweat. I mean, she was just so put together the entire time. She's been in Korean Vogue, I don't know how many times. She is just stunning. So it will be fun to see. Well, I guess they're all wearing their team uniforms. But I'm sure somehow she will be very stylish, even wearing the somewhat boring team uniforms. I hope that was, I don't know, something just for the pictures, and that there's some fun team uniforms, maybe for days 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I definitely will be reporting back, boots on the ground, to let you all know what the team uniforms look like. I really hope that there's something more exciting going on, because like I said, I was very disappointed with what I saw. Anyway, more on that later. So it is really fun to see Lydia Ko. I mean, it was one of those moments where I kind of felt starstruck seeing her in person, because I've seen her, on Instagram. You can go definitely follow her on Instagram if you haven't already. You can see her in Korean Vogue, and you can see just how absolutely stylish and beautiful she is. And then seeing her in person was very exciting. That's Lydia Ko. Amazing, amazing career. So thrilled that she can participate in this event. Then we have on this world team, we have Charley Hull, who I know you all know very well. She is 29 years old. She joined the LPGA in 2015. So again, another very long career with the LPGA. Long professional career. Like I said, she's from England. She is ranked number 5 in Rolex ranking. So she is 5th in the world, and she is 9th in CME points this year. So doing really, really well this year. She also has had a really impressive career as a professional golfer. So she has had 41 top 10 finishes and 113 top 25 finishes. She's only had 3 career wins, and her most recent was this year at the Kroger Queen City Championship. And I know, I talked about it just a few weeks ago. It's when it came down to the final hole of the tournament on the very last day, that 18th hole, and it was between her and Gino Titicun, who had that 4 putt on the 18th hole, and then she had a bogey on the final hole, and so had lost by 1 point to Charley Hull. But I think it shows, her other wins were back in 2022 and 2016. It shows how well she continues to do in tournaments without winning, to be able to be number 5 in the world, and certainly this year to be 9th in the CME points. She's consistently doing very well to be, like, in every tournament that she's playing in, to be able to be getting those points and to be ranked that highly in the world without having many wins at all, like actual tournament wins. So she has been part of team play quite a bit. She has actually been a member of 7 Solheim Cup teams. Again, Solheim Cup is Europe versus US. 7 teams. So in 2013, 2015, 2017, 2019, 2021, 2023, and 2024. And her overall record there is 15, 9, and 3. And I believe that goes wins, losses, ties. So 15 wins, which is incredible. 9 losses and 3 ties. And so with ties, you still get half a point. So she has done incredibly well getting points for her team when she has been playing in team events. She's also been a member of 2 International Crown teams, both in 2016 and 2018. So England, the country, had done well enough to be a team itself. This year, it is not. But in those years, she was a member of the International Crown team for England in those years. And then remember, she could have played as a member of Team England in 2023, but both she and Georgia Hall had withdrawn at the very last minute, like, I don't know, a day or two before. It was very, very last minute because I think injuries, not feeling well, whatever it was quite a bit of drama at that time. So I'm hoping she does not withdraw this time. I haven't heard anything about her withdrawing. I hope she participates because being part of this world team, I think would be really exciting. So I hope she participates. But if I hear anything, I'll let you know. I hope she's there. All right, so our third member of the world team is Brooke Henderson. She is 28 years old. She joined the LPGA in 2015. Again, this is a player who has had a very long professional career with the LPGA. She's from Canada, as you know. She is ranked 25th in the Rolex rankings and 28th this year in CME points. Man, that long career, she has had 14 career wins, 84 top 10 finishes, and 155 top 25 finishes. So just like the other 2, this is a not only long professional career with the LPGA, but a very good, successful professional career with the LPGA. Her most recent win, as you remember, was also this year when she won the CPKC Women's Open, which was there in Canada. So in her home country, she won that tournament. It was very exciting. And then 2 of her wins have been majors, and she won the 2022 Evian Championship and the 2016 KPMG Women's PGA Championship. So Brooke has not participated in any International Crown events, and she has not participated in any Solheim Cup events. And again, that makes sense because she is Canadian. So Canada has not had a team in the International Crown, and obviously America versus Europe, she has not been able to participate in the Solheim Cup. So once again, Brooke Henderson is an amazing player. She hasn't been able to participate in any of these events, so it is fantastic to have this world team this year. The final member of the team is Wei-Ling Shi. She is 30 years old. She joined the LPGA in 2015, and she's Taiwanese. Her sporting nationality is Chinese Taipei. She is ranked 92nd in Rolex rankings and 57th in CME points. So she has only had 1 career win. She's had 18 top 10 finishes and 52 top 25 finishes. And her 1 tournament win was in 2021. And I recognized her name. And it makes sense, I think. She came in tied for 6th at the AIG Women's Open this year. And I think that she was in kind of that mix who was up there and doing really well. And there was a lot of discussion of her at the AIG Women's Open this year because, again, her name sounded familiar. I don't know that I have seen her a lot. But as soon as I saw that with her placement there at the AIG Women's Open this year, I thought, okay, that's probably where I've heard of her, maybe had seen her playing. And so I think that that's where I have most recently or where I know her from. All right. And then Wei-Ling, she hasn't played in any International Crown events. And I couldn't find any information about her having played necessarily in any other team events. per se. So this is our world team. And what is really interesting about these women, as you just heard, they have a wealth of experience. They have all been professional golfers for many years. And so they have this depth of experience. They are all seasoned players. But my question is, how are they going to do playing as a team together? I don't know that any of them have necessarily ever played together. I assume they all know each other as being part, of this professional tour for as long as they have. But, how are they going to be playing together as a team? I think that that is going to be maybe their weakness because they're all great, fairly highly ranked players. Wei Ling Shi obviously is the lowest of the four in her ranking. But again, she's had a very long career as a professional LPGA player, as have all of the women who are participating. But she's not the lowest ranked player who is participating overall. So this world team should, on paper, be very good. I'm just wondering how they will come together. I'm wondering, are they going to do any bonding together? They're going to need to do something to come together as a team and unite because they don't have, just the go-to of let's do this for our country. So I'm curious what they'll kind of rally around other than just, of course, wanting to win. So we'll see how this world team does. I really want to see how they do and how they play together. It'll be fun. All right, moving on to our final team, you guys. Our final team. This is Team China. Our first player on Team China, who I am sure you all know. This is Ronni Yin. So Ronni Yin, she goes by Ronni, Ronni, Ronni. She is 23 years old. She joined the LPGA in 2022. She is ranked 7th in Rolex rankings and 31st this year in CME points. So already in her career, she has had 5 career wins and she has won 1 major. Last year, she won 3 tournaments. And in 2023, she won 2 tournaments. And the major that she won was in 2023. And that was the KPMG Women's PGA Championship. Ronni is really good. She's very fun to watch. And she and Gino Titakun are really fun together. They are very good friends. They do little videos together. I think they're called like Gin and Ronic, like a gin and tonic. Gin and tonic. I don't know. I think that that's what they call themselves. They're very cute. And like they've gone around together, like trying food, trying different things, and just their banter together and like seeing them interact. They're really a lot of fun and it makes me like both of them even more. So look for them on Instagram. They're really, really cute. So I really enjoy watching Ronni and I'm really glad that she is part of this team. She was actually on China's 2023 International Crown team. So that shows you, although she hasn't been a professional player very long, she did because she joined in 2022. She was already good enough. She had already won a major. And so she was on the 2023 International Crown team. And so she does have that experience playing on a team event and for Team China. So that's very exciting. The next participant for Team China is Jan Leo. She is 27 years old. She joined the LPGA in 2023. She is ranked 106th in Rolex rankings and 59th this year in CME points. So she hasn't yet had any LPGA wins in her career so far, but she did turn professional in 2017 with the Ladies European Tour, and she has had 1 win there so far. And so it's also interesting seeing her right there on that bubble this year with CME points being 59th. I'm very curious to see how she does with these last few tournaments of the year, including the Buick Shanghai tournament this weekend that is happening, because, these last tournaments, all these CME points up for grabs. these people who are right around there on the bubble, especially being 59th. Again, you all know the top 60 women in the CME points for the year are the ones who get invited to the CME championship that is played. I think it's like November 23rd. It's the end of November. And then up for grabs is that $4 million check for the winner. So she's right there. I'm very curious, to watch her in particular and see how she does the rest of this year. So it's kind of fun knowing that about this player. I will also say for the International Crown, of course, no CME points will be given out because not many women are able to play. So that's just as an aside. So she has not participated in the International Crown for Team China or any team events that I could see. All right, our third member of Team China is Weiwei Zhang, and Weiwei Zhang is 28 years old. She joined the LPGA in 2022. She's ranked 117th in the Rolex rankings and 91st in CME points this year. She also has not won any LPGA tournaments, but she has won 6 tournaments on other professional tours, including she had 5 wins on the China LPGA Tour. And she joined that tour as a professional in 2015. And then I was looking, she also has not participated in any International Crown tournaments. So she's another new participant this year. All right, our final member of Team China is Reixin Liu. She is 26 years old and she joined the LPGA in 2019. She's 122nd in Rolex rankings and 88th in CME points. She also has not won an LPGA tournament, but she has won 8 professional tournaments, and 7 of those were actually on the Epson Tour. The Epson Tour used to be called the Symetra Tour, and she actually joined that professionally when she was 18 years old. So back in 2017, she joined what was then called the Symetra Tour. And if you don't know, I don't talk about this very much, but the Epson Tour is professional. And it's basically, you can think of it almost like the minor leagues for baseball. There's the minor leagues, and then you're able to sometimes go into the major leagues of baseball. The Epson Tour is somewhat similar. It is professional, and you can play there. And there are certain ways that then you can earn your card onto the LPGA Tour. And so, yes, you are professional, you are being paid, but not nearly as much. And there are ways to then qualify to become a member of the LPGA Tour, which is what Reixin was able to do. But her wins there on the Epson Tour are considered professional wins because she is a professional player when you play on the Epson Tour. So it's also interesting, her family had moved to Orlando, Florida, when she was 13 because basically her golf career had become the family's focus. So I think she has lived in Orlando since then, and so has been there and, practicing and playing golf kind of centrally located there in Orlando. Also, so Reixin did participate on China's 2023 International Crown team. So on China's team, there are 2 players with Reixin and Ronni who participated in the last round. And so they do have the experience of at least half of their players having played one time before. All right, you guys, that concludes all 8 of our teams. And so you should now know we have 8 incredible teams who are going to be playing. So I told you last time, it's so hard for me, but I am now going to make predictions. Ooh, I hope you all have also been thinking about this. I hope you are also making predictions. And I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear what your predictions are. And so it's for the top 3. I'm going to tell you what my predictions are, and then I'm going to tell you what I hope happens. Here's my predictions. I predict number 1, winner of the whole thing, Team Korea. 2, Team USA. 3, Team Japan. Okay, number 1, Team Korea. Here's why. As you all know, when I went through Team Korea, they are amazing. We have Hyoju Kim, Haeron Yu, Jin Young Ko, and Hejin Choi. They're all ranked 23 or above in the Rolex rankings, and they have a lot of experience with International Crown events. And you guys, they're going to be playing on their home turf. I suspect that they all know this golf course. I suspect they have all played this golf course. And come on, they are going to be playing in front of all of their fans. Imagine being the home team. I cannot wait to see it. But the energy that I'm sure that they will feel, and of course some pressure, but I think it will be really good pressure. I think Team Korea is going to pull it out. Now, number 2 with the US. We have quite a disruption with Nelly Korda being out. Number 2 in the world, that's significant. With her being out, it's a big change. However, Yelimi No is a great player. She has pulled off some amazing things, and I think she's going to come in with some really great energy. I think she's going to be so excited to be part of this team. And I think the other women are going to welcome her in. I think they're going to be thrilled that she is participating. It's kind of good sometimes when expectations are lowered. You all know when something happens, like, I don't know, I didn't play sports a lot, but like if, you're just not feeling great, and you have to do something, you have some big thing at work and you've got a cold. If expectations are just slightly lowered with something big that you have to do, and you're slightly the underdog, and you go in and then you can really just knock things out of the park because expectations are just a little bit lower, that's always, I think, a good thing. Rather than having these really high expectations with Nelly Korda in, number 2 in the world, fantastic team. The US is the number 1 ranked team as far as the nation. Like when I was going through the different teams, like number 1 nation is the US. Number 2 nation is Japan. Number 3 nation is Korea, and on down. So if we had not had Nelly Korda in there, the US would not have been number 1 nation. So slightly lowered expectations. I think it's a chance for the US to really come in and do some fantastic things. Then, you guys, Team Japan. I mean, we have amazing rookies here with Miyu and Rio. They are rookie players with the LPGA. Miyu has already won a major this year. Rio has already won a tournament. They both are ranked so high in the Rolex rankings already. Miyu is number 6. Rio is number 11. Come on. Then we have Mao, who also won a major this year. She's ranked number 12th in the world. And then Ayaka, who has more experience and is also a fantastic player, ranked number 21 in the world. I mean, Team Japan, if they don't place, I will be shocked. So we have so many amazing teams. There really could be an upset because every team in their pool plays every other team. There can always be an upset, of course, but that is what I am predicting. I am predicting Korea being the home team here with some home team advantage, with the fans, knowing this golf course, with the strength of their players. I am predicting that they're going to pull it out and they will be the winners. I predict US is going to be number 2, and I predict Japan is going to be number 3. Here's what I want to have happen. I want the US to win, and beyond that, I don't really care. So that is what I'm rooting for. I'm actually rooting, of course, for Team USA. I am rooting for those ladies. I am rooting for Angel Yin, Lauren Coughlin, Lilia Vu, and Yelimi No. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, I want to hear what you all's predictions are. Tell me why. Tell me what you think. Is there going to be an upset? What's going to happen? I can't wait to hear. At Doris Golf Club on Instagram, YouTube. You can also find me at dorisgolfclub@gmail.com. You can always send me a message. I can't wait, you guys. All right, so here's the schedule coming up. This next episode on Tuesday, I'm going to talk about packing for my trip, what I'm going to take. Also, I'm going to be looking at the spectator guide to see what they're going to allow. I'm going to be looking at, again, talking through for a tournament because, I've already been to 3 other tournaments this year, but I've also got to look at the weather, what's going on in Korea right now. Is there going to be rain? Is it really fall? Is it still warm? I've got to find these things out. So I'm going to look at the spectator guide. I'm going to see about the tournament rules. And because it is also kind of a touristy trip, I am going to be, figuring out what to take for the touristy part. So I'll be talking about all things planning for the actual trip and attending the tournament. And then the following week, I will have an episode ready. I'll record it ahead of time, but post it right before the tournament on that Tuesday that will be going over the golf course, the actual pools. So, which teams are in which pool and who's playing who and when, how to watch, where to watch, and more of those details about the tournament. So, you guys are all ready for the tournament to start on Thursday, the 23rd. And then I will be there on the ground. So I will be doing some updates, little mini episodes while I'm there. I also hope to be doing just little short content from just the tourist events, like going around, where we are in Korea, showing you all how the trip is going. I cannot wait. I've only been to Asia once. I've gone to Japan once, and that was it. And I loved it. And I cannot wait to go to Korea. I'm so excited and I want to share it with you all. So I plan to do some short little video content for you all. So be on the lookout for that. And then I plan to do that throughout the tournament as well. So that's kind of the plan. And I can't wait to talk with you all next time. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and I will talk with you all on Tuesday. Bye.